This is a podcast and a movie.
At the center of the universe, at the border between the light and the dark, stands Castle Grayskull. For countless ages, the sorceress of Grayskull has kept this universe in harmony. But the armies of darkness do not rest, and the capture of Grayskull is evermost in their minds. For to those that control Grayskull will come the power. The power to be supreme, the power to be almighty, the power to be masters of the universe.
Welcome to a podcast and a movie, the Masters of the Universe series. Join us as we discuss each live-action film in the He-Man universe, from the 1987 Canon Films release to the new 2026 film, Masters of the Universe. Spoiler alert. These reviews contain plot details that may ruin your first-time enjoyment of the films. You've been warned. Visit us at apodcastandamovie.com for more reviews of your favorite movies, including the Rocky films, Superman, Star Wars, and more. Now join your hosts, Nick and Chris, as they discuss Masters of the Universe. We hope you enjoy the show. Welcome to a podcast and a movie. This is Nick.
And I'm Chris.
And today we're talking about Masters of the Universe from 2026. This is coming out actually June 5th. We saw this movie on June 3rd at one of the advanced screenings, so we were able to record. Actually, this is June 4th. So, but this will be released on June 5th. It stars Nicholas Galitzine, Jared Leto, Camila Mendes, Idris Elba.
Idris.
Idris? I always hear people say Idris.
There's a kid. I knew a kid in high school named Idris.
Idris Elba.
Spelled the same way.
Elba. No, messed. Okay, and Allison Brie. Director was Travis Knight. I also was looking into the credits just today, and this was like the He-Man movie, apparently, that was announced in like 2007 or something like that. I don't know how much. That just kept getting shut down and switching studio. I think it was at like 3 studios before Amazon picked it up. But I was looking at, David S. Goyer, Dark Knight. Okay. But he was like attached to scripts and stuff like that. And just before starting to record, I was like, let me see if he's actually on there. And he's not on the final listing of writers. So
a lot of people do uncredited stuff too, though.
Yeah, I was just say, I wonder if they use some of his stuff, and maybe they just like, hey, we'll give you this much money to just uncredited or something like that. But yeah, I've been checking because there's a chain of theaters in Southeast Michigan, or maybe just in Michigan. Phoenix Theaters kept saying that there was a advanced screening on June 3rd, and there was never any in the one near us. Do you even know where that is? Down in Monroe. But there's one Phoenix Theater in Monroe, and there was no listings there. And then just yesterday morning, was it yesterday morning? Or was it the day before? Tuesday morning, it happened to pop up at the one theater close to our house. So I was like, Chris, you want to go on the 3rd? And he's like, yeah, why not? So we were one of the few that got to see the, exclusive extra early screening of the movie. And I don't know. What do you want to do here, Chris? You want to expose our hands, or you want to just try to get through the movie and discuss it?
I don't know. I was just thinking, since you were talking about 2007, that was pre-Marvel, like good Marvel.
Yeah.
Probably would have been bad for it to come out then, because it would have been competing with those. But it could have easily been kind of started out with what's the one before Endgame?
Infinity War.
It started out with an Infinity War vibe.
Yeah, like, uh-oh.
It was like a joke started, and it just...
Yeah. The first joke, and again, like the show opening says, we're going to be talking about this movie. And I would argue there's not tons of spoilers to spoil. It's He-Man. If you've seen the cartoon, you've kind of seen like what's going to happen. It's not, but we are going to talk details. So when he, in the very beginning, when he said the heart of the heart, and then the heart of the heart of the heart, I'm like, ooh, don't do that. Like, that's not funny. I'm like, okay. So then there's just way more camp in this than I was expecting. It's very much like the cartoons, honestly. And I think,
not all the same humor, but just the fact that it's, it was like almost like Naked Gun. Mm-hmm. Meets He-Man.
Yeah. Which it's weird. I was actually a little worried because Chris and his son went, me and my wife, and then our uncle Paul, who was on the Star Wars episodes 4 through 7, obviously, but him and his son were there, and I was kind of laughing at the jokes, but then I was like thinking the only people laughing are like me and my wife. I was like, I don't know if the humor in this movie's working for the crowd, because obviously if people are there, I think obviously June 3rd, 2 days early, they're like the fans, right? But I'm like, oh, I don't know if it's sitting well with people, but we'll find out. They, like I said, it's not even officially out yet. It doesn't come out till tomorrow, so we'll see what the numbers are. I think there was a prediction of like 34 to 50 million or something like that. So pretty big budget. That was the other thing. This movie was like 150 something $million. So they got to chill out with these budgets. Like people keep talking about how Dial of Destiny was a financial failure. I'm like, well, yeah, they spent like $300 million. I'm like, that movie's never going to make that much money back. And at this day, and I was like, they just went nuts with these budgets. It got out of control or something. So this wasn't that much, of course, but we'll see. Sometimes these budgets are so crazy that.
I mean, I would think CGI is less expensive, but apparently not.
Yeah, I guess it's not. It is. There's a lot of CG in this movie. It's overall, I think it's pretty good. I was trying to brainstorm with my wife on the way home. I was like, I saw Endgame in 2019. I think that was like the last modern action movie I saw. And I was like, there is some CG, like Beastman, I think looks awesome. There's a lot of good CG in this, I think. But I was like, I think that's the only, because like Chapter 2 was like supposed to not look ultra real. We'll talk about that when we talk about it, but that's not even an action movie, but just some more modern technology. Like I haven't seen anything, I don't think, since Endgame that would be comparable. So I'm like, CG 7 years later, it's looking pretty good, I think. But there's a couple of things where you're like, I wish I could have tweaked that a little bit. But
to me, the only time I saw anything that resembled like a realistic background was when they're in the city, basically in America.
Yeah,
but everything else, I felt like it was the trilogy, the prequels.
Everything was
just everything. I just felt like I was in a CG.
Yeah, I was. The director was
AI
saying
world.
something that he was like, I want to do as much in camera as possible, and I'm like, I mean, I don't. It doesn't look like it. Maybe you had awesome sets, but I know people talk about that. I've never seen it. The show, The Mandalorian, where there's a new technology where they can build an environment and it looks more real or something. I don't know. It's like a dome.
It's basically
or
just
something.
a back screen, but it is round, so it fully engulfs.
Yeah, I wonder if they did something like that. I don't know. Overall, it felt pretty believable. I thought Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain looked pretty sweet, especially Snake Mountain. I don't know. Castle Grayskull's we talked about in the 1987 one. It was just kind of like a hill or a mountain with a skull there, but this one, it was really reminiscent of the cartoon, like I said, and so was Snake Mountain actually. So it was kind of cool. And I actually thought Skeletor's, there's like a spine or some bones behind him, and I couldn't see all of them. And I was like to Paul, I'm like, is that a pentagram behind him? I'm like, this is dark, but he's all. But I'm like, oh, it was just part of the way the spine was. But it looked like it was like, I'm like, is he in front of a pentagram? I was like, Skeletor's a Satanist.
The spine running through Snake Mountain.
Yeah,
ceiling.
yeah. I was thinking like, is that a pentagram? But then all of a sudden there was a zoomed out part. I'm like, okay. But I guess I'll talk about Man at Arms was one of the first main characters revealed. I thought he was good. His accent when he's doing his American accent, it always just reminds me of the Office, because he sounds just like I can't remember his character's name in there.
Mike.
That's just genius. I'm like, it sounds like Mike, but he does a good English accent. It doesn't sound bad. Like I didn't even know he was like not American until I saw him in some interview like years after The Office. It's like, oh, same with Christian Bale. I didn't know he was like from.
You usually don't really tell unless they're like getting mad or aggravated.
Yeah,
like the dude in
Anarchy. Yeah, he'll bleed through towards some of the, especially in those later seasons. But I thought he was good. I liked his costume. Again, it was very much like the cartoon and I guess comics. I don't know. It looked. I liked the way his costume looked. I was surprised that he ended up being like the guy who's just down in the dumps later on, and then having to have more of a redemption story or whatever. I was thinking Man at Arms would be, I guess, kind of like Tila's character. Actually, I didn't mind. I think I liked the casting in this. What did you think? I didn't have a problem with, I don't think, the casting.
I guess just because of what they did with it. But
Yeah.
I don't. It was the cast's fault.
Yeah. Evelyn, Allison Brie. I don't know her from anything. I was looking up. She wasn't in much. I don't think anything that I've seen, but I thought she did. She had moments where it was, I guess if I had to choose my least favorite, it would be her in just a few moments. It was almost too, I don't know how to say it. Like, just like too modernized for
I don't think.
split seconds.
They couldn't pick out. They couldn't decide what they wanted to do with her.
Yeah.
Is she menacing? Is she not?
Yeah. My wife, about like 5 minutes into this movie, she leans over and she's like, well, this is better than the old one. I'm like, okay, hold on. It was funny. I'm like, I told Chris that at the end. I'm like, I don't know. The jury's still out. It was just funny. I'm like, she just doesn't like that one. So I'm like, of course you say that. But it's different, though. I will say, if we're going to compare it to the old one, I like how the bad guys are just bad guys in the 87 one. They're a little more serious, and yeah, there's a lot of jokes in this movie, man. I was just like, man, are they just trying to do like a Marvel thing? But
it was like I can't remember the Thor movie after Ragnarok.
Oh, the Love and Thunder,
yeah, like
Thor and Thunder.
I don't remember if I stayed and watched that whole thing, but to me, Ragnarok was supposed to be humorous, and I like that. But the Love and Thunder was just. They went too far.
Too far with it. I have that. I haven't watched it yet, but I was trying to watch all the Marvel movies. All the Infinity Stone saga. I think I got off track at Age of Ultron. I was on a roll, but then it was when we started the show back up. I was kind of in the middle of that, and I'm like, so I started watching Scream and all this other stuff. So, but I'll have to check that Thor one out. Well, maybe we'll cover it someday. You're like, no. It looked. I remember thinking it looked funny in the trailers, but this movie did not look super funny in the trailers. Yeah, honestly,
they didn't advertise the humor.
They disguised it, and I was a little worried. I'm like, my thoughts were, I was thinking, okay, there's a scene. Skeletor, I thought sounded like Bane in the beginning, which is funny. There was a long development of this. But Tom Hardy was like in talks to play Skeletor at one point. So they said his wife is one of the characters. I can't remember which character, but I thought actually my wife was like, he sounds like Bane. I was like, he did have that Bane kind of like draw in the beginning and stuff, but it was like a deeper like. Brr. You can hear it online now. The voice isn't like. I saw something on X or whatever that had Skeletor's voice, and I was like, yeah, but I just didn't seek it out because I was like,
I'm not a Leto fan, but I don't hate or love the voice. I guess I'm indifferent.
I mean, it's altered in post. It's not that I told.
I mean, like what? Yeah, what did Jared Leto do?
I told Paul, I was like, so
had anyone done that?
Yeah, I feel like anyone could have been Skeletor. Honestly, the way it was portrayed, I like the look of him. I thought he looked good.
He seemed fully CGI.
Yeah. But yeah, the director's like, he's in the costume and everything, but the face was just CG later or something like that. But I just felt like there was enough post-production in the voice. I guess I could be wrong. I'll have to see some behind-the-scenes features or something like that in the future. But yeah, I feel like because there was some rumor.
I mean, there's definitely effects on it, isn't there?
Yeah.
And every once in a while, he'd do like the tongue roll, like a.
Yeah. I felt like they couldn't figure out what he wanted to do either. I don't know.
They just went too far with the humor.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I was totally bought in until that joke when I was like, this is pretty sweet. Trapjaw and Man-at-Arms have a sweet fight.
Yep.
I mean, Trapjaw just like, whatever, we're spoiling stuff.
Yeah, go ahead.
Man-at-Arms had the upper hand. And he's like going on with too much dialogue.
Yeah.
And Trapjaw turned it around and you failed basically and just destroyed his chest.
Yeah, I all fell for it. I'm like, Man-at-Arms dead? I was like, okay, that's a bold statement, but no.
I mean, it was pretty sweet, just gruesome and like to the point. I mean, you could tell, you knew they were going to be attacked because how else is Adam just going to appear on Earth? But yeah, they just appeared and I was like, sweet.
Yeah.
And then that stupid joke. I was like, man.
Oh, no. I was wondering. I was worried about Chris. I'm like, I don't know how he's going to. I mean, if I wouldn't have done it that way.
If they just would have kept Skeletor menacing, I think that was the only problem for me.
Yeah. If he would
like, I don't care about the Prince Adam stuff.
Yeah.
Even though some of it was a little much, but I'm like, it's like 87. Like,
yeah.
Skeletor was menacing and it was They were taking it very seriously.
There you go. Chris is on board with the serious talk, guys. We won him over after 13 years.
Or like Zod in Superman 2. He's funny, but he's not trying to be.
He's not trying to be funny.
You just, I don't understand why people don't understand.
It's funny how like genius his performance is. I don't know. Zod is genius. You want to hear our thoughts on that? We talk about him twice. And actually, we did Superman 1 and then 2, 3 times. So. 3 times Zod.
Or what else? It seems like there's something else where there's a villain who's funny, but it's not because they're trying to be.
In this movie?
And Skeletor isn't necessarily trying to be funny, but it's like almost fourth wall breaking.
Yeah, it's fourth wall. I was like, oh, you should have cut that scene when he was laughing, because I would have been fine with him laughing diabolically. But I'm like, oh no, they're like breaking. Yeah, totally broke the fourth wall, in my opinion. And oh man, what other villain was they? Were you talking in this movie or in another movie that was funny? Movie. That like everyone's probably like, you guys just talked about this.
I'm probably thinking of Karate Kid 3.
Terry Silver, yeah, he's funny, but it's the same thing. He's like Zod, where it's like funny, but
maybe I can't think.
What about Cochran in Halloween 3? You're like, I don't remember. Oh man. I felt like when they sent Adam to Earth, which of course they introduce him as just like a kid he's the son of the king, he's a prince, and I wouldn't say he's like favored in those battle things, but they're just like, look, you're younger than everybody, you're gonna get beat up and you're not gonna do as well right now, but you will. Man-at-Arms is training him to be a fighter or soldier or whatever. But when he gets sent to Earth by the sorceress, when they open the gate, the door, it totally gave me a vibe for the 87 one. Yeah. I was like, and I just was waiting for Gwildor to show up, because I'm like, there's a couple scenes where I'm like, they could run into Gwildor in this spot, but they didn't. Well, but he is
master key maker.
He is sent to Earth with the sword and the sorceress, just like the key. You have to keep, don't lose the key and don't lose the sword, because the sword is your only way back. So in that aspect, it felt a lot like the 87, which again, if you heard us last week, I'm fine with the 87 version. I gave it a glowing green light. But on Earth, because I have problems apparently, I had to go to the bathroom, like right when he went to Earth. So I was like, I'm just going to run out now. I run out of the bathroom, I come back in, and Dolph Lundgren's on the scene. I'm like, totally missed him. Everyone was like, you missed it. I'm like, I know. But so how did that scene start? Because I totally missed it. He's
just in the gym working out.
He's pumping iron, and
he starts talking to Dolph, and he like gives him the answer to life or something like that. And, can you say that again? He said no.
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
He's about to leave.
Yeah, but
hey kid, good journey.
That was awesome. I was like, yeah. If I was with a loud crowd, I'd been like clapping, like, oh yeah. But maybe people are like, screw that movie. I thought that was cool. I do think.
Well, before they even went to Earth, like you had the battle. I mean, you could kind of see what was going to happen, but I guess I was taking. Well, see, this happened before the joke, because Man-at-Arms was basically just destroyed in his chest, and all of a sudden he gets the strength to get out of that area before it blows up.
Yeah.
But then I guess I'm confused with what happened with the sorceress, because she's in the beginning, and then the rest of the movie, everyone acts like she doesn't exist. Like it seemed like she was
like He-Man's the only one who knows about it or something.
Didn't make any sense.
Yeah, and again, we only saw this once. Honestly, I probably don't have time to see it again on home video. I'd probably check it out again. But yeah, I got the same vibe. Where there was a scene. Was it when she was an owl or whatever? A bird, an owl,
an eagle,
an eagle. Was it? There was something like that. We're like, is that a sorceress or something? And
that was like, a sorceress.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, but someone asked He-Man, like, is that the sorceress? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, how do you not know who this? I don't know. Maybe it's more of a.
I thought he told someone it was the sorceress, and they were like, nah.
We'll see. No, she was pretty good though. Like she's not in this movie a bunch, but I don't know.
She wasn't trapped in a virtual cage the whole time.
It was good. I would like to see this whole cast remake the 87 storyline. That would be genius. But I would say, speaking of the gym, I feel like He-Man should have been a little more bulked up, don't you think? Or maybe if he does another movie, he'll get bigger. But I feel like he should have been.
I mean, if you look at, Dolph's just a bigger dude.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how tall this guy is, but I mean, Dolph wasn't like totally jacked. He's just big.
He had that 80s physique, though, I guess, Dolph. So maybe that's just what he's 6 feet, He-Man.
That means he's probably like 5'10".
Yeah, according to IMDb, he's 6 foot. So in theory, he's my size, height. he's a lot smaller than me. You know?
Well, yeah, I mean, he's not as big as He-Man, but Dolph looked like He-Man because he was just like 6'5", 6'4", bigger.
I just felt like they should have had more ripped veins and like shreddedness coming out of him, but maybe they wanted him to have a little more human look. But like that's how Thor was. Thor gets bigger in every movie. He keeps working out, and
well, he just shows his arms too.
Yeah, that's true.
But what's his name? What's his name in real life?
Nicholas Galitzine. That's how I'm told to pronounce it. If I'm butchering it, I apologize.
Galaxy. But yeah, I mean, you can only get so big before you make a movie.
Well, you got like what 6 months or something. I think they said that was Skeletor. They gave him the role at the end of 2024, so maybe he had a year to bulk up, or not even probably He-Man.
And they can always film the Earth pink shirt scenes before they do He-Man too. So there's times he can
or do it afterward, because honestly he's not He-Man a lot. He changes, and I think it was about, I checked my watch, it was about an hour in. I was like, that should be about right. I was like, he should be turning into He-Man now, and he did. And I just checked. I was like, okay, we're at an hour. And so he's He-Man for a while there, and then he's back to Adam, and then he's He-Man at the end. So it's kind of like Dark Knight Rises a little bit, where it takes time to get there. And then at the end, I mean, he gets
it's probably the reverse of how they do like Rocky. They do all the fight scenes at the beginning because they're all
shredded.
You're shredded. You don't want to do that the whole shoot. But in this case, they probably did it reverse. Did all the clothing scenes first so he can lift weights while he's filming. Yeah,
I think he was good, though. I liked him as He-Man and Adam, whatever. It's funny. They give him his name at the end, but I guess we can talk about that towards the end. But I thought he was pretty, like I said, and I think him and Tila was a lot older than him when they were kids. And then when he's at Earth, he's searching these forums for the HR thing was kind of funny. I thought it worked. Paul and I were cracking up because we were like, it sounds like our HR departments, I think. I don't know, but it was just funny. Like, we're trying to be nice, but we're also trying to be serious. And it was a little like that. I was chuckling, not laughing. I didn't laugh out loud at anything, but it was like good movie theater chuckles for me, I guess. And for a movie that wanted to be so funny, I'm like, maybe I should have been laughing out loud. I don't know. Because I know I laughed pretty good when Robert Downey Jr. called that guy Squidward in Infinity War. For some reason, that just made me and the girls just crack up. We were like, he's like, Earth is closed, Squidward or something. And I was like, genius. He looks like he kind of resembles Squidward. But we all like laughed. And I'm like, I don't know if I laughed loudly. So I don't know. But the humor worked for me. But again, I wish I'm with Chris where I wish the bad guys, or at least Skeletor and Evil Lynn, would have played it straight the whole way through. And I think you could have had humor around, because that's what I was thinking. Thanos, there's a lot of humor around him, but he's never joking around. Thanos, he's always like, I'm going to destroy half of the universe or whatever. So I feel like they should have done something similar. I mean, and I'm not like a Marvel maniac. Like, I don't think they're like the greatest movies ever made. I think time's going to show some of those movies aren't even that great. But yeah, I think you could have followed that Thanos thing with Skeletor, where he's bad. Everyone else can tell jokes, but not him and not Evil One. So, because Squidward in that movie too, he's not a joker either. That dude's gonna kill anybody that gets in his way. Like, so, and he might be doing funny things when he does his stuff, like with his hands. He's like, but again, that's not funny. But it's just funny the way he's like.
Can't remember his voice.
Here we go.
The Squidward dude.
But he doesn't even have a nose.
It's more like a something like kind of that kind of thing. That's not it, but it is. But yeah, the He-Man basically finds the sword. I guess I did laugh pretty hard when that dude was filming him trying to get the sword from that statue on the camera. It just looked really weird. Weird.
Yeah, position. I mean, like that stuff's all fine. It's just the whole too much. I don't want to keep saying it, but. Like, yeah, that's fine. He doesn't even know what's going on. That's why that was funny.
Yeah, he's like, I'm just trying to get the sword.
He's just getting the sword off.
Yeah, that was good. But we'll jump to I thought like, okay, I was like, okay, it brings it back. It gets real. All of a sudden, He-Man gets arrested on Earth. Prince Adam, I guess. He-Man, whatever. He's arrested for stealing the sword. And there's traffic jam on this bridge in a city. What city is he in? Does it say?
Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City, that's right. That. Yeah, I think I did. But yeah, all of a sudden there's like all this commotion and stuff. And Beastman, I was actually thinking, I was like, did I miss like how the key was activated in 87? And then, but Teela... Beastman's on Earth basically trying to get the sword of power. And Teela shows up and she's like, basically, you activated the sword. And so Skeletor he honed in on it and sent Beastman. I thought Beastman was pretty awesome, pretty crazy looking. And then like when he's walking like a human, he's all like upright and doing stuff. But then when he's walking like with his arms down, like more like a dog or something, I was like, that was crazy looking.
It was like the Hulk when he would go like ape form.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I thought I liked him. And the look was good. I guess Beastman, I'll give Beastman, it was better in this one than 87. But yeah, that was a pretty cool scene, I thought. And
there wasn't much man. It was mostly just Beast.
Yeah, that's true.
Other than that.
He is, yeah. He is more of a...
Like the colors, like he looked pretty accurate to the movie, except for much larger.
In
the show, he was just like a human.
Yeah, he was almost like Beast in X-Men. He was like kind of a sophisticated dude. His scene with Skeletor, to jump ahead a little bit, where he's basically punished, that brings the humor back because he's like, this really hurts, stop. I'm like, oh, don't say that. But then
it's just hard to take Skeletor seriously after that.
Yeah. I'm not.
It's like, he's not even threatening.
There's no threat to me. Yeah, obviously Chris just said it too. I was just like, yeah, he's fine. I mean, obviously I know He-Man's going to win this, but it's still more exciting when the threat is a little more real, I guess. But we'll see. We'll see if they do see. I don't know, honestly. We'll have to see if
real. I mean, it's set up for sequels.
Yeah, there's, what was it, 3 end credit scenes or 2? 2. So we'll talk about both of them at the end, unless we forget.
But what's his name? So I don't know if it said it anywhere else, but He-Man's mom is from Earth.
Yep.
And in the
she
day,
did say that.
Back in the day, you learned that from the She-Ra He-Man Christmas special.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's anywhere else in the lore, but that's how I knew about it. But they did say it in the movie. Mm-hmm. But wouldn't that be kind of it's a big planet, so even if they knew it's on that planet, where do you start looking? I mean, like, that'd be the first guess I would take.
It must have been the sword, right?
That's how, but I mean, like, they just had no idea. Like, where do we? They just surrendered for 15 years.
Yeah, that felt a little long, but He-Man was young, so he needed time to grow up. So I guess I guess you could have just had him. I mean, it's fine, but it could have had him. Like,
then there's always the thing where they happen to speak English in Eternia.
Yeah, but did you see?
What if he landed in Japan?
Yeah. Did you see the different language they had on the one
I'm like, why are they
screen?
even doing that? It's like they're acknowledging the... I think Teela had something. I was like...
Yeah.
What is that? And did they say Eternia, or they kept saying Eternos?
I thought it was Eternia. That's the name of the song on the soundtrack, Eternia.
They said, they kept saying the land of Eternos or something. I was like, why are they saying Eternos?
We need subtitles, dude. Maybe the Eternos.
I was like, are they talking about two different things?
Part of the galaxy or something. I don't know. He-Man and Teela. That's where, again, where Teela's introduced during the Beastman scene. I did get a little good chuckle when she jumps off that bridge, I think it is, and then he jumps and just lands all hard. It's kind of funny. I'm always laughing, when someone lands hard and like, But, they come back to Earth, not Earth, Eternia, and basically they're like, we've known it was 15 years before then, but basically it's like decimated, like Skeletor's like destroyed it. And so, and most people are captured. His parents are still alive. So I was thinking like they're dead. And there's a scene later on in the movie where he gets He-Man to come to Snake Mountain, luring him with his parents. But I'm like, don't fall for it, He-Man. Your parents are dead. And then I'm like, okay, they're not dead.
I figured they were alive.
Yeah.
I definitely was thinking the mom was
I thought the mom would be alive too, actually. And then when it showed the dad, I'm like, well, is that Evil Lyn? I'm like, what's happening? I was thinking too hard. But
Evil Lyn did that in the cartoon, though, too. Mm-hmm. Not just the 87 movie.
Let me see. They go, what are they? They're locked up so they can test the sword of power if it's real. And that's where they run into Man-at-Arms. And I knew that was him. It was kind of funny. He's like this drunk guy on the floor, and there was a robot that I guess it was his robot or whatever, and she tried to kill him, Man-at-Arms. And so he took the thing out. So she's just like a housemaid or a housewife and or whatever. And that there's some funny humor there too, actually, which again, I think I was fine. Obviously, we're fine with all the humor mostly, except for the villains. We'll say it one last time. I'm sure we'll say it again.
You heard it here first and 100 times.
And 100 times plus. It's weird, but I would like to watch it with my kids. I'm actually curious. Of course, my kids are older now, but I'm like, they would be more into the humor. I'm curious. Actually, I know Caitlin will probably be a little mad about Skeletor, but we'll.
Yeah, I was even like hoping for just a little bit of the cartoon like voice to sneak in here and there.
I feel like you could have done something like that. Maybe not so like crazy.
Not everything, but just
yeah, something. Because he would like sometimes have like this British accent thing, and then it
almost could have been like foreign, but
yeah, it's like Arnold, and then like someone else, and I don't know. It's kind of like a mix of Wolverine and Bane. Wolverine when he's really mad, I guess. When Hugh Jackman's like, ugh. I didn't have a problem with it though. I just feel like a lot of people just like to talk and make noise on the internet. I'm like, I thought Skeletor overall, again, other than the humor, was fine. Whatever. And I also, like we said, I feel like he's replaceable too. I don't know. Just because of the way it is. But yeah, it's a costume, and then the mask is just all. I get that you need a performance behind people. I mean, people talk about that stuff all the time, but I don't know. I'm curious.
And I don't remember in the cartoon, but I know the toy of Skeletor. He had a sword just like He-Man, but it was different colored.
Yeah.
He never had. I don't think he had that in the cartoon. He always had a staff.
I think his stuff was all purple and stuff. I thought I had a.
But it was the same design. The handle and the Holt and that thing above it all. It was exactly the same, but it was just purple shades of purple.
Let me look. Skeletor toy, 81. Let me look it up. He's got the purple sword and a staff. We probably lost the staff. But you're right, though. He's got a purple sword. I forgot about that.
We never really talked about the cartoon much last week, but I don't remember watching that the first house we were at, but at Brayburn is where I first remember the show. And I remember you both. I think you had both of them, Gray Skull and Snake Mountain. I don't think they were ever mine. You got them for like your birthday. And Christmas, maybe one of them.
Christmas one, yeah, where I had it.
But I remember Snake Mountain had that little like PA thing you could talk into.
Microphone. That was awesome. There's some Christmas pictures of me back then where I'm like, oh man, those things unopened are worth so much money right now. But I'm glad I opened them, played with them. It's no big. Yeah, I used to have a ton of He-Man toys. Chris probably usually got the bad guys, and then I got all the good guys. I probably got Skeletor just because I was the lame.
Then they had the battle versions where you get their chest and it like.
I liked those battle versions of the toys. I thought they were cool. You keep punching them or whatever, and then the one dude whose face flipped. I was watching some of the cartoon today, and that dude with the feathers that flies was on that episode. I was like, yeah, there's the dude Chris was talking about because he wasn't in it. I can't remember his name now.
That was like the only guy they were missing. I mean, they had so many toys, but I don't think all of them were in the cartoon. But
that's the other thing. I don't know the cartoons like super well. I know like usually when I watch them, I might remember them and stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't know them the cartoons as well as I guess people might think. But it's fine. I still watch it. I just don't have them all memorized. Like other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we stopped watching it like probably 85. Wasn't on very long.
That's what's weird too. I think it was on longer than it was, honestly.
Did we talk last week about the toys, why they died out?
I don't remember.
I know I heard it, but I don't remember if we talked about it. But basically, the toy line died out in 86.
Yeah.
Because they kept, they made too many in the show, I think stopped playing. And then the movie came out after the show and the toys were like down, so it was a bad time for the movie to come out. I think we did talk about that.
Well, one dude in that documentary, Power of Grayskull, said too that, again, if we said this last time, fine, sorry, that they kept like re-releasing the same toys and stuff like that, and they weren't making new toys, and so yeah, people were just like, okay. I remember the battle action ones, like we just talked about; those were kind of popular, but that was like they kind of ran out of ideas though after that too, so they didn't really have a whole lot.
Well, that was the thing is they would never have. They were just running out of He-Man and Skeletor, like the main people. So but we got this new guy out, and there's 20 of them.
Yeah.
So they just didn't have the ones that people wanted anymore.
Just not thinking things through. Usually people in charge that probably just didn't get stuff. And I know the one dude who was working at Mattel. Yeah. He was all like bummed about it still. It's kind of, he was frustrated about the whole situation because he's like, we could have continued. We could have had more success. But it just died. I mean, it died. But people like Katie was asking me about like He-Man fans. I was like, I mean, there's like always been like He-Man toys around since like 07, I feel like, at the store. There's always something. I'm like, there's He-Man fans out there. I was like, but the question is if they're going to go with the tone and the vibe of this movie, honestly. I was like, I'm like, people are either going to love this movie or just like, just totally reject it. So the fans of He-Man, like the big fans, like I don't have tons of toys. I don't have any left of He-Man. And I never start collecting them because there's so many. I'm like, it's just Chris is like, well, look at your office. But still, there's a lot of stuff I don't buy because I'm like, I don't want to get into that because it's just endless, like, collection. It's a vortex. So yeah, but I like the toys. And I never saw any of the recent ones either. There was a cartoon in 07 or something like that, 06.
Seems like there was something like late 90s.
Yeah, and then, I never saw any of it. I just stuck with...
And then
the 87 movie.
A few years ago, they did one on Netflix, but I think that was mostly about Tila.
That was a Kevin Smith movie, I think, or series, but I didn't see it either. I didn't have Netflix, and whenever I do, I always forget to watch it. But
I watched like the first two. I was like, this is not even about He-Man.
Yeah, I'm very selective. I'm very not like most people in today's day and age. People watch TV shows like mad, and I'm like, I don't want to devote that much time. Like, I'll watch any movie. Like, I'll give anybody an hour and a half, 2 hours, just check something out. But to watch a whole series or a whole season takes up a lot more time. And I'm like, there's just too much. Like, all I do at work is go, yeah, I never heard of that show. Never saw that. I was like, the last show I watched was Cobra Kai. But before that was like Sons of Anarchy. I was like, but that's it. I don't watch.
And Dexter.
Yeah. Dexter, Breaking Bad, Sons of Anarchy is as edgy as I get, and those are like almost 20 years old. Dexter is 20 years old now, the original series. But I just don't watch TV as much. So, like, again, even He-Man, like there was the one series on Netflix, Castlevania, and I was like, ooh, that'll be awesome. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not into this. So I just stopped. I'm like, if you don't grab me and just get me into it, I'm out. I'm not wasting my time because it's way more than watching a movie. You got to give like 20 hours of your life to a season or whatever.
Well, I mean, if you like it, it's fine. But
yeah,
if I don't like it, I'll stop.
Yeah, I just don't even start anymore. I'm like, I'm done. I'm done, dude.
I can't think of. I haven't really started any new ones. I can't think. I watched Stranger Things with the kids, but I never finished it.
I saw part of the first season and was like, yeah, not my thing. What was the one? There was some conversation about TV shows at work. I'm like, yeah, I'm watching Hanging with Mr. Cooper right now. Like, everyone's like, what? I'm like, you guys never seen Hanging with Mr. Cooper? I'm like, I only watch things made 20 years ago at the latest. They're like, what did you watch before that? Growing Pains, you know? Who's the boss? And yeah, I do like sitcoms.
Tony Maselli.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm always like, they're like, now it's like a joke. They're like, and what are you watching, Nick? I'm like, right now I'm watching Martin.
Mr. Belvedere.
Yeah, I'm like, then I switched over to Sledgehammer. So they're like,
thought of that
what?
Because Sledgehammer always makes fun of Mr. Belvedere.
Yeah, I heard that. Someone's got to watch it in that one episode. That's funny. Genius.
So the movie.
Yeah, so He-Man is...
I mean, I remember it pretty vividly. We don't have to go through each scene, but I think we covered enough of Earth. He has a friend that doesn't believe him. He's a roommate.
Yeah.
I guess, I mean, if you're going to be on Earth, we don't have to show it like Superman and like show his Earth parents because that's pretty useless, but he just left whoever raised him.
Yeah.
With no goodbye.
He's like, I'm out.
We have no idea how he was raised on Earth, who raised him. Was he adopted? Because he looked like he fell in water. So
yeah.
I hope he was a good swimmer, or some fisherman probably found him. I wonder if that's like stuff they cut out because it was already too long.
It was too long. I will give it that. Again, my critique of all movies lately, anything newer, is they're too long, and this was one of them. Like there was a point at about the hour and a half point of this movie where I was like, oh man, this should be almost over. And I'm like, oh wait, I think this is like a 2 hour and 20 minute movie. I'm like, this should not be that much time left. I think this would actually do better if it was shortened.
This is an awfully long comedy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to have comedy sustained for 2.5 hours, even with credits, 2:20 or whatever it was, but still it was too long. And I'm not 100% sure what to cut. You cut all the bad guy humor, so that'd get about 5 minutes. That's funny. You know, there's going to be fan edits like the evil Skeletor cut where there's no comedy by the bad guys.
It'll be like the Donner cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, what's his name? I actually thought they'd be on Earth longer, so I was kind of pleasantly surprised, but I'm like, wait a minute, so how's it 2 hours and 20 minutes?
Yeah, I know. Because, like, I don't know. We can jump up. Like, he becomes He-Man at about the hour point of this movie. And that felt right to me based on the way they were going. Like,
I was thinking he wasn't going to be He-Man until the end.
Really? Yeah, I was thinking, like, they better do it now because if they don't, I'm like, it's just not going to work for a lot of people. Then,
it basically, well, I mean, it wasn't called He-Man. It was just Masters of the Universe.
Masters of the Universe.
So it basically just be him following Tila and Duncan.
Paul thought
AKA Man at Arms.
The maid robot was, he's like, is that Courtney Cox's voice? I was like, I don't think so. I think it's
the chick from SNL.
Yeah, I can't remember her name, but I saw it in the credits. It's Kristen Wiig. It was her, but yeah, I was like,
Julie. Was her name Julie or whose name was Julie?
Someone's name is Julie. Now I can't remember who it was. Was it the girl at the store?
No Lubix.
Oh man, I was waiting for that. He just passed away though, but I'm like, hey, maybe they put him in here as a quick cameo, or is it a good? But yeah, they did. So the fight scene where he becomes He-Man, I guess we'll talk about that. On Earth, He-Man said the power of Grayskull thing, but it didn't like do anything other than activated the sword. But in Eternia, when he does it, I think, is that when the sorceress tells him to like, or is that the end?
That was, I don't know.
There's one point where the sorceress is like,
because he did it on Earth and it didn't work. Mm-hmm. So I think it was the first time.
Yeah.
She like appeared, then disappeared, then he did it. Then
it was cool though. I thought it was a good transformation. It was very like cartoon, like again, we sound like broken records, but I was kind of shocked at how like cartoon vibe it was from the show. Like all the
day I held aloft my powerful sword and said, "By the power of grace."
It was crazy. It was cool though. But I will say one of the cool things, and it does jump towards the end, is
and Cringer sounded like Simba.
yeah, I forgot. That's the thing. Cringer's funny, the cute little cat in the beginning, and then when he comes back, he's just giant, but he still has like a.
You sound like a normal. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, he's like. I was like, was it you who said you wanted the Cringer voice?
I want the old.
Yeah, like
Cringer.
Yeah, that'd have been funny. You see, the cat could have been funny. That would have. I mean, the cat was kind of. He did have some funny.
I just thought it's basically the opposite of the cartoon. In the cartoon, Skeletor is kind of goofy. You laugh at him, but he's menacing and he's always evil.
Yeah.
And the other guys are kind of doofuses and the comedy.
Yeah.
So in this, it's like all the bad guys were like bad guys. They didn't joke. Skeletor was the one. And that was like totally like a Dr. Evil thing. Like, I should have stopped. Like, my arms were raised in the air.
Yeah, that's bad. It's a rough scene. All right, we'll try not to talk about that scene again. I will say, what did Bubba say he liked it? I can't remember. He said it was all right.
Yeah, I think he liked it, I guess.
Yeah.
He has no ties to the old one either.
Yeah. He's probably like, it's fine.
He has no allegiance. He made his choice.
Chris is like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Chris, give him a break. I was trying to find the picture of me holding Castle Grayskull. I can't find it. I'll find it some other time. But yeah, let me see. This is the scene. I guess there's a big battle, whatever, on Eternia.
Robots.
What was it? The statues. The statues in this movie just get abused. Skeletor cuts the head off of the He-Man's dad in the beginning of the statue, and then just throughout every battle scene, another statue just gets destroyed. I remember just thinking, like, man, these poor statues got to get rebuilt, man. And then Man-at-Arms really destroys the one at the end, or I think it was the end, it could have been the middle, but they end up in like this other area, like a woods area, and it was all orange and like reds and
very colorful.
And I'm like, dude, you know who could live here? Gwildor. And I'm like, if they run into Gwildor, that could be genius. And then they didn't do it, but I was thinking about it. I'm like, I could see that happening. And we were talking.
He doesn't like adventure though.
I don't like adventure. That is where He-Man basically has to just kind of start. I don't know. It's kind of weird because at the end, he's utilizing the power of Grayskull completely. Like, I guess I'm not. I wasn't.
It wasn't even the sword. It was him all along. So
yeah, that part. I'm glad you said that because I couldn't remember that. I'm like, wait a minute. So it's not the sword. It's him. Which that's fine. It makes sense because the sorcerer says, "I chose you to be, to be the protector or whatever you want to call it." But I guess he had to just discover that. But I guess, again, I got to see it again.
But yeah, that was all weird too. So if he dies in Eternia, why did he show back up on Earth? Was it all a dream? But he was dreaming.
I think that was Skeletor messing with him. That was when Skeletor had his head.
No, when he got stabbed, he was back in his apartment.
I took that as just his life like flashing before his eyes. And then he was being taught. That's when he was being taught a lesson, wasn't it, actually?
And that's when the sorceress was talking to him.
Yeah.
So why would he go back there?
I think it was just in his head. It was just subconscious. I didn't take it literally that he went back there. You took that literally?
Yeah, because then he got sucked back to where he was killed.
I'll have to see that again.
That's the thing about watching it once and doing a show.
Mm-hmm. No, that's fine. That's the way it is, dude. What we got to do, we got to do.
We'll do a 2.1 show. So we saw it twice.
Yeah, Christmas.
Still a lot of questions.
We still are confused. How does he learn his power? No. This whole time, too, Man-at-Arms was like a drunk, and he's like, I'm a failure, I'm a loser, and he's kind of starting to get his life together again. And
that all started because he failed, and basically Eternia was destroyed.
Yeah, so he felt like I'm just a failure. So he is like, I'm done. I'm a loser. He's like, when he threw up on He-Man, that was kind of funny. It was all like, oh, I was like, ah. But there is a lot of scenes too where He-Man is talking to all the good guys of Eternia. And he's like, they're like, you don't even know us. And he's like, yeah, I drew all your guys' pictures so I had pictures of you guys on my wall because when I was a kid, I remembered. And so he made up all these names for everybody. And they're all like, not offended, but they're like, that's not my name. Or, he's like, what do you call Battle Ram or Ram Jam?
Ram Man.
Ram Man. And like, he's like,
which are their names in the cartoon?
But they're just like trying to make it, I guess that's more fourth wall kind of stuff. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that was just sexual innuendo.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really innuendo because they think, well, those ones they didn't. Anyway.
Yeah. It's fine. So, let me see. What are we up to?
I was thinking.
Let me check because I had.
They're in the city with Beastman because Beastman was always menacing unless he was begging for mercy from Skeletor. Then they get back to Eternia, and they're just on the ship, and that's when they have that fight with people chasing them. Yeah. Then they go to the place where they're captured. And then there was a dark room.
Before he was He-Man.
Yeah. Then he turns into He-Man.
Yeah, after he's captured, he's turned into He-Man.
Then he fights a bunch of people. Skeletor runs away like in the cartoon. They never actually fight each other. That's
where they go to the woods where I thought Gwildor would show up. They land there. He-Man was doing some battles and stuff. He was, fighting people and kind of starting to come into his own a little bit. But I guess since his faith is like in the sword, that's why he's not as strong. And then once he learns that he's the one with the power, that's when he becomes just like
that he's Neo,
almighty, just like destructive. It's actually kind of a cool scene at the end where he's, like I said, he's summoned to Snake Mountain, which I did like. I think I said that already. I like the look of Snake Mountain. It basically looks a lot like the cartoon. He's summoned there because Skeletor, he does his like announcement thing, like Frank Langella. It was genius. I was like, Chris, it's nighttime. I'm looking over at Chris. We had the weirdest seating arrangement. I'm like, there's my wife and Paul's next to me, and Chris is 2 seats away. I'm like, Chris, that's like 87. He's doing an announcement to Eternia. Yeah, so he tells him, like, bring me the sword. I've got your parents. And so he's like, okay, I'm going there.
It's a trap.
Yeah, it's a trap. He gets everybody. There's some funny stuff about HR because he was in HR department where he's talking about like we can talk things out and work things out without fighting and doing all this kind of stuff. And then there's kind of a long running joke and it kind of pays off at the very end, I think, when he's fighting Skeletor and all Skeletor's dudes, actually, because there's a bunch of dudes at Snake Mountain that he's battling before Skeletor stabs him, I believe. Where is it at? No, it's after when he really starts kicking butt because that's when he's reborn or something with the the power of Grayskull.
May he be reborn.
Let me see. He embraces the power of the sword, transforms into He-Man.
This power. But yeah, it really took a long time at Snake Mountain because they went there, and I'm thinking,
yeah,
there's a lot of movie left.
That's what I thought too. I think that was around the scene wherever the hour and a half mark is. That's where I was just like, okay, we got to be like done, right? I'm like, oh no, we're not. We got a little bit of time, a little bit more time to go. But I guess we'll talk about the final battle. He-Man is going to Snake Mountain, and there's actually a lot of prisoners at Snake Mountain from the earlier 15 years ago scene in Eternia. And the dad is shown on Snake Mountain first. He ends up dying actually because He-Man destroys the room, right? All the rocks in the ceiling fall and crush his dad. So again, spoiler alert, He-Man's dad dies. But then I think it's after the dad dies that it shows the mom in the prison. So I was like, oh, okay. So like Chris and I were saying, I was thinking the mom would be alive, but not the dad. And then I thought the dad was Evelyn. But a lot of people were in jail, whatever, locked up in Snake Mountain. And I think that's where He-Man does he get locked up there? No, I'm brain farting on that. Or is he just with Skeletor and die? Yeah, he just die. He's with Skeletor and gets stabbed.
Yeah, they end up in the throne room on Battlecat, who wasn't Battlecat yet. He's Cringer.
Yeah. And then he's like, I should have had armor on or something. There's some jokes there, too, about the Battlecat armor. So you'll see that. But basically, there's a huge fight scene. And then He-Man is like, he's talking to Skeletor about the power of Grayskull or something. And he's like, I've got the power. I was just trying to, like, let you get away or whatever, let you walk away and we can just deal with this in another way. And then that's like when he like truly unleashes his power and just starts like obliterating everything. And this He-Man does kill. I remember making a mental note of that because in the 80s, Mattel was like, He-Man's not killing anybody. So they made stormtroopers basically for him to kill. But he kills flesh and blood creatures, humans. He kills everybody in this. So, but yeah, he unleashes his power, and that was a pretty cool scene, I thought. So when he finally, lets it happen. But when the sword broke, that was kind of crazy. That scene, like Skeletor's staff, I don't know what his power is. It's evil or something. Like,
what is your power?
What is your evilness? That was interesting because the sword breaks. That's what leads up to that whole conversation, and because then he's stabbed with a broken sword. And then that's what leads up to like where Chris was saying all the flashbacks and stuff like that. And then the sorceress is telling him that you're the power, blah, 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 blah. So that I thought was kind of cool, though. I was just like, oh, dang, they broke the sword. But I did like, and I was thinking Terminator 2. I'm like, I wonder if this is going to be like T-1000, where if He-Man summons the power or something, this sword will come together, and it did actually. It started rebuilding itself or whatever. And so I was thinking a little Lord of the Rings with the sword being reforged, and then also to T-1000. So yeah, it was good. But Man at Arms is doing a good battle out in I guess, like I said, at that bridge where all those statues are, and there he just takes out the whole bridge with I can't even remember how he does it now. His partner, the robot. That was kind of funny when she's like, if you give me my weapons back, because he's like, well, you tried to kill me. And she's like, it was a malfunction. And he had this little thing to put inside of her computer chips or something that she's like, you had that the whole time? He's like, yeah. It was just that was kind of funny. But she was kind of sweet. She just like, she had a lot of good weapons. I was like, yeah, good thing you.
It sounded like they made her like before everything went bad, and they made a lot of them because even Prince Adam knew about them.
Yep.
Like, oh, we thought you were like battle droids, and now she was all domesticated.
I like how she's like, I'm going to go on this mission. I'm not cleaning up after anyone. I'm not cooking food. It was funny. She had this list of demands. Like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. Yeah. So I don't know. The movie does go to, I don't know, Skeletor's defeat. Like, the skull is left laying there, which is weird. It's just the face, isn't it? It's just the front.
Not even like a full skull. It was like a little bit more, but.
And that is one of the end scenes is Evil Lynn comes and picks up Skeletor's face, and I assume.
Which is kind of weird because, I mean, maybe he'll come back different, but He-Man, once he got his power, he was no match for him.
Right.
Which now he's like Superman. No one will be his power.
Yeah. So we know how Chris likes that kind of hero. No,
that dynamic.
That the one thing that did happen is Skeletor did get the sword, and nothing happened with it. And then the sorceress was like, "There's a ritual we can perform where blah 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 blah." But the reason again it didn't work is because the power is in He-Man, not
because they had to go back to
yeah.
Grayskull.
Yep.
It didn't end at Snake Moon.
Yep. There we go. See, we got it, dude.
We got there. But.
What do you think? Do you think this movie? What do you think about comparing this with the '87 movie?
I mean, it's same title, but it's almost apples and oranges to me.
Totally different vibe, yeah.
Like people call the old one a horrible adaptation, but I don't think they tried to adapt it. You can't adapt it with that technology.
No, they just they had the rights to the material. Basically the names, and then they were like, well, even Chris and I were watching a documentary thing where the production designer for the '87 movie, he's like, we're designing these costumes and these things, and everyone's like, that's not what He-Man looks like. And he's like, we're not. He's like, we can't make him look like the toys. It's funny. He's all frustrated. He's like, okay, so yeah, people didn't get it. I guess. I mean, they should have just made a cartoon film if they wanted a movie other than the She-Ra one, but. Speaking of She-Ra, there's a deleted scene. One of the end credits scenes I said was Skeletor's face.
She-Ra. Have you ever seen the Christmas special?
It's been a while. I bought it back a while ago.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like her pony thing that she flies is a dude named Swiftwind. His voice.
So it's like the ambiguously gay dude.
Talks like this. There's like robots transfer. He's like, the robots are changing forms. What evil robots. Me and the kids used to just crack up at that.
I used to watch that, and the girls were like, Dad, what are you watching? I was like, what are you guys, too old for this? Did I miss my opportunity to show you this crap?
We originally found it at the library in Dundee.
Yeah. I remember.
I was like, how did I miss this gem?
Yeah.
We still laugh at that. Skeletor like turns nice because he's holding a puppy.
Genius. That's awesome.
I like fights.
In fact, I can't do the Skeletor laugh. That's Chris's department. Gwildor is also a deleted credit scene. What was it? Were you the one who Googled? I was going to leave after the second one, and you were like, "There's a third."
No, I just
credit scene.
I just knew there's a.
You just knew there was one. Yeah, the last one I think was She-Ra, right?
No, She-Ra was the first one. The last one was the skull.
Oh gosh, the skull was the last. Okay, She-Ra was the first one. Gwildor. I wish. Oracle was the second one.
No, Oracle was at the very end of the movie. I thought. The very tail end, like before the credits came out.
I'm against all these end credit scenes, dude. I'm just put stuff in the movie.
Yeah, because that was a big gripe of everyone in '87. Like, no Oracle. I'm like, guys. And then they don't even have him. Which, frankly, he would have been like a Jar Jar in this movie.
Yeah, we don't really. Yeah, I'm curious if they're going to add him. What they're going to. They got to be careful. They better do like episode 2 and 3 of Star Wars.
I mean, he basically was. I mean, he would fit with everything. It's a freaking comedy onslaught.
I think overall, though, I would be on board for a sequel just to see what they do, if they expand in the universe. But I would like to see. I like it when people stick around.
I don't think they should do a She-Ra alone movie. They'll probably join forces.
They should just join forces for now.
Especially if they don't even know how this one's going to do.
Yeah. I'm curious. It'd be nice to see if people stuck around, like directors and, like actors and actresses, and everybody kind of sticks around to just kind of complete a vision if there is a bigger picture vision. But I felt like the story completed itself. I don't feel like it has to be a sequel. Like if there's not one.
I mean, right now to me, it's set up like the TV show, except for his dad's dead.
Yeah. I always forget his dad's alive in the TV show, if that makes any sense.
And he seems younger in the cartoon.
He-Man or the dad?
Everyone.
Yeah, all people.
Because I don't think of a prince being 30 years old.
Yeah, it's true. Well, he's what, 25? He's 25. That's, I guess, the one thing. One of the running jokes is, like I was saying, he made up names for all these characters in Eternia as a kid, drawing pictures on their wall. And so Tila gets He-Man to be like, well, what did you call yourself? And he's like, nothing. And then he's like, He-Man. And they're like, He-Man? And then the one, was it Man-at-Arms? He's like, that doesn't even make sense. It's a double negative or something.
It's totally redundant.
Yeah, stupid. But
what is it, too manly?
Yeah. I think, though, if I had to pick right now, I don't know. They're very different films. I guess I like them both Masters of the Universe movies. Gun to my head, though, I'd be like 87, just because that one's been part of my life for almost 40 years. But I think this one it's fine. I think it's going to be, I don't know. It's either going to hit with people or it's just going to be not a hit. I don't think there's going to be a middle ground. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't seen anybody. I haven't know anyone that's seen it except for the people here. So,
I mean, I haven't heard anyone talk about it.
Yeah.
And the people at work are not super young or old. The youngest guy is like 23. Everyone else is like 38 older.
I think they're going to have to rely on people with kids taking their kids to see it that were fans of He-Man, because you do need the younger generation to get hooked into like a series or whatever you want to call it, a trilogy or something like that. Because if it's just people 50 and 60 and 40 years old, like, yeah, they'll make some money, maybe not make money. You know, who knows? I'm curious with that budget, what they can pull off.
What was the budget?
I think I read 154 million or something.
It's not too bad for all the CGI.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I mean, a lot of movies are 200 to 300 million now.
I thought overall, though, it looked good. It looked like it was well made. It looked good, and I do want to give a shout out to at the credits. We were talking. Me and my uncle were talking about. I was like, some of the music kind of had a Flash Gordon vibe to it, and then at the end, I was like, oh, it's Brian May. He played guitar, and then the composer Daniel Pemberton, he did half of the score with on Eddington last year. I've been listening to that soundtrack for 11 months straight. But I was like, I know that name, so I looked it up real quick. Actually, I had on my phone the score to that, so he did the music, which was interesting. There's some cool thing. There's not like a real soundtrack.
I think it worked, because even that worked, and then that's when the Skeletor thing came up. I'm like, I remember, I think I said it out loud. It was like a very peculiar soundtrack.
Yeah, you did. I think it was cool.
But I totally worked with it. But
I liked how the music at the end was the cartoon music, but it was like a big, symphony version of it. It was kind of sweet. But it worked.
Certainly wasn't the soundtrack that ruined anything.
Just the humor by Skeletor, Chris?
No, it was something else.
It's fine. Oh, man. So what do you think, dude? Masters of the Universe 2016. 2016.
Almost 40 years later.
Masters of the Universe 2026. Man, I can't believe it's 2026. It's fine. I was talking to Katie. The Dark Knight Rises came out 14 years ago. And I was like, in 14 years, I'll be 60. And I'm like, I'm dead. I was like, Prince didn't even live till 60. Katie's like, what are you talking about? I was like, I don't know.
Or Michael Jackson.
Yeah. I was like, she's like, what are you talking? She's like, what does Prince have? I was like, I'm just saying. She's like, are you on painkillers? And I'm like, no. And she's like, well, you'll probably live longer than Prince.
I'm on cheese.
Yeah. It was funny, man. I'll come up with these insane thoughts, and then I'm like, I should have kept that one to myself. I'm already blurting it out. I'm like, I just shouldn't have told her.
I'm on fried stuff with cheese.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That was crazy. But yeah, it's 2026, Masters of the Universe. What is it, 39 years since the other one? And I did do some research today for the Canon Filmed Trilogy of Disaster. Over the Top came out, which
the trifecta.
Over the Top came out in February of '87. So that was probably the first one. And what a horrible time to release that movie.
And did we know about that?
Over the Top? I just remember
watching it, renting it. Like we had no knowledge of this arm wrestling movie.
Yeah. I just remember renting it, and maybe mom said, Sylvester Stallone's in a new movie or something, but I don't remember.
I actually seem to remember, now that I think of it, I remember hearing as a kid that he got a crap ton of money for that.
Sly? Yeah, he did. That's what cost so much money. They paid him like $15 million for that movie, and the budget was like 20, and it was just like crazy. So Masters of the Universe was August, and I believe Superman 4.
That was in the summer too.
Yeah, it was summer. So that I just questioned last week. Oh yeah, so Superman 4 came out July 24th, 87 in the UK, whatever. That budget was 17 million. But that budget was like 30 million when they started. But since Over the Top made it was a disaster. Disastrous year for Canon Films. You don't even want to know what I was doing Friday night. The artwork for the Over the Top soundtrack is just horrible. So I was recreating it. And so I was looking up Over the Top stuff, and I'm like, oh, February. And I was like, how about that? I was thinking that would have been a summer movie. Why February?
A summer movie.
Well, like, at least May.
This summer.
At least May. Like February and January are like the graveyards for movies. Yeah, that budget for Over the Top, $25 million. Like, then that basically was Sly.
Yeah,
he got 15.
Like, where's that in the budget?
Yeah, nowhere.
It doesn't show up on the screen.
Sly's like, I'll make it. I'll get paid.
He knew it was a pile of crap. I mean, I love that movie, so I can't say that, but he knew, like, if he would have done a Jack Nicholson and taken no money and, like, taken the back end.
Yeah, he would have been screwed.
He would have been screwed.
He knew what was up. That's
no one's going to go see a movie about arm wrestling.
I did. I would have. I'm fine with that movie, too.
I can watch that.
Maybe we should
anytime
discuss that sometime, just to get that one. Like I said,
I don't believe in anything.
I don't believe in anything. You hawk.
Just comes in fully raging.
I love that dude. That dude is on.
I can't believe everything you
And then when Sly's running out of the bar, you tell him. We were cracking up when we were adults. We're like, genius. I haven't seen that in a while. That's awesome. Oh, that's great. Yeah, we'll have to cover Over the Top.
And the kid's like an evil twin of the Flight of the Navigator kid.
Mm-hmm. That kid was in another, when I was watching that Canon Films documentary, that kid was in another movie for Canon Films, and I can't remember what it was, but I was like, genius, it's the son from, I think it was like 86, 85, it was like closer to Over the Top. I'm like, genius, I thought that was the only movie he was in. But yeah, so Chris, let's not stop the red light, green light. Everyone's curious. I'm curious. I'm going to write down what I thought you were going to give this movie, like we did that one time. And then I'll show you after you give it.
I'm now telling the computer exactly what it can do for a lifetime box of chocolates.
I'm giving your rating and what my rating was in the theater. Well, basically red or green, nothing like this big and long. All right, so I got you. Could you see that? Oh, no. Okay. All right.
You just wrote both possible answers down. Right pocket green, left pocket red.
All right, Chris. Let's see what you got.
I think we know. I know we know what you're going to say. I'll go last.
Oh, do you? You know what I'm going to say. All right, fine. I will. No, you go first.
Very dangerous.
You go first. Speaking of that, we'll go on. All right, I'll go. All right, Matt, don't look at my card. So while I'm in the theater, I'm thinking Chris is going to give this movie up, and I'm going to give the movie a green light because it was fine. It was okay. And I was fearful of what Chris was thinking. I'm like, that's affecting my viewing experiences. I was like, I wonder what Chris is thinking. But yeah, I thought it was fine. I thought it was good. It's He-Man's Masters of the Universe. I liked seeing all the villains in the newer age, the new technology. They all look good. I think the movie looked good. I like the music. It was kind of funky. I kind of want to hear like the full score or full soundtrack. Right now, there's just 2 songs available, right? Just Eternia, beginning, and Eternia
it seemed like they just kept playing the same thing over.
Yeah, so I'm kind of curious to hear some of these score themes again. I thought He-Man, he did good. Like I said earlier, I didn't have a problem with any of the casting. Anyone in CG, whatever, motion capture, if that's what it was, they all did well. But all the people with, like, I guess, human faces, speaking roles, They did good. Evelyn almost kind of gave me a generic feel a couple times. But overall, she did good. Oh, really? Yeah, her reacting to him. So maybe I'm worried about, maybe it's Jared Leto. I don't know. I don't have this vendetta against Jared Leto like everyone seems to these days. I didn't like him as that Joker thing, but that doesn't mean I have like this hatred for the man and his soul. I've seen him in movies and I'm like, hey, he's pretty good. And then I just have no great opinion about it either way. So that's me. I'm going green light, Masters of the Universe. You could do a lot worse. Probably going to be the only movie I see this summer. I don't really go see a lot of movies anymore, guys. Yeah, I think I saw Mario, The Smashing Machine. Did we see a horror movie last year?
Smashing Machine.
With The Rock. Did you see that?
No.
That was good.
No.
You should watch it. It's good. Well, I saw the trailer for that movie at Eddington like 5 times. So I was like, I kind of feel like I have to see this movie. And I did see it. It was good.
That's how they get you.
There's a really good scene in that if you're a Bruce fan. Springsteen. There's a scene where they're arguing, him and his girlfriend, I can't remember. But the song Jungle Land and all the any Bruce fanatics know. It's like this long 8-minute song. And it starts. It's awesome, Bruce scene. Whatever. You guys got to check it out. Chris would have been laughing. I was getting goosebumps. I'm like, if this fight scene goes all the way through Jungle Land, and it did, long story. It was good. So, yeah, green light. That's me. Chris. We're all waiting, Chris.
I don't even know. I really want to watch it again. But I'm a villain guy, and the villains in a movie like this have to be villains.
I mean, Skeletor had some bad moments.
I give it a solid yellow. No,
no yellow.
Not a flashing yellow, just a yellow light.
What? You're going yellow for real? All right.
I mean, gun to my head, I would say green, but a very light green.
It's very, very.
Because I do want to see it again. I don't know why.
You could do much worse.
It started out so awesome. I'm like, man, this is going to compete with the Marvel movies.
Uh-huh.
And then total tone shift.
Maybe a little course
correct.
It
was like a kick in the balls.
Maybe a little course correct.
I was like, I fell for it because I had low expectations.
Yeah.
I have no preconceived notions. I didn't even know Jared Leto was Skeletor until like 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just found out Jared Leto.
Well, that was a pretty tense scene, that first attack. It was good. There's another movie, and I'm not even talking Avengers or anything. I can't think of it now, though. When there's like just this horrible attack in the beginning, it was just like, oh my gosh. But I'm with you, though. I feel like I can go with some of that stuff more than you. I do agree with Chris. I can just see me buying this and watching it more and not having a problem with it. It's no Smashing Machine. No, I'm just kidding. You should watch it, Chris.
Dude, I didn't even know what it was. I was like, Smashing Machine.
He's that UFC fighter guy. I don't know anything about UFC, but he's like this fight. It was good.
I don't know. It sounds like we're asking too much of The Rock to act.
He was actually not bad. Okay. We're going to watch that sometime. We'll do a show. We'll do a live commentary. How about that?
Wait, you want me to be a character?
He did pretty good, actually, honestly. This is one of his better performances. All right. So, anything else, Chris?
Read the lines now? Yes.
I did write red light for you. That was my fear in the theater.
I knew you were going to.
That was my fear in the theater, and I didn't want you to.
You don't know me.
I know. That's why I was like, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I don't know. I mean, it's just, it's so strong. I mean, right now, I'll say a 5.5 or a 6.
Out of 10, I take. Right? Yeah, 10.
Out of 7 now.
You got to go red or green, dude. You already said green. It's going in the arc.
It's a very faint green.
Your name is being locked in. It's all like dying. All right, Chris.
It's like when the sun's out and you can't tell if it's a green light. And you're like, am I supposed to stop?
I can't see.
I can't see the light.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Well, I think even though it's just 2 movies, this was fun to do. It was fun watching He-Man a bunch. And then even just going to see the new one. It was kind of exciting. It was more exciting than I thought it was going to be. And I think I liked it a little bit better than I thought I would. I do have a few of the problems that I said, but yeah, it was fine. It was fine. That sounds like a red light. It was fine.
It was all right.
But so I am going to announce what we're doing next, Chris. You remember? You ready? You do remember. We were talking about it earlier.
Major League.
Major League 3, Back to the Minors.
There are 3.
All right.
I think 2 was back. No, 3 was Back to the Minors. And it has Jensen Daggett.
Yeah, she's in 3, yeah. I always find that when I'm searching that. I have the first 2. I don't have the third one. I've never seen it. So it's never on sale or streaming anywhere.
Everyone's like, Jensen, what's Jensen Daggett?
Jason A, guys.
Search it. No, don't tell him out.
Sorry, I screwed up your trivia. All right. Let's see. The next series we're going to be covering over the course of the summer, or schedule. Whoops. Was that me? That was you.
That was my knuckle.
Chris, I'm trying to announce something to the fans. We're going to Predator suit. No. I was trying to find an obscure song that most people wouldn't even know if I played it. They're like, what movie are you doing?
The horse.
There we go. This is my favorite part. All right, this summer, we are going to be doing the Indiana Jones series. I've been waiting to do this in like 2015. I was talking to Chris about doing it. So there's no disguising it. Raiders of the Lost Ark has been one of my favorite movies ever made, and it still is. So I've been really excited to talk about that movie. And I'm going to make Chris do all 5. We'll see. We're going to do it, Chris. So the plan is over the summer, we're going to do Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, Last Crusade, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, Dial of Destiny. And we're going to do that every 2-week release. We're going to be releasing Raiders of the Lost Ark on July 3rd is the plan. And then the 17th, we'll do Temple of Doom will come out. July 31st, Last Crusade will be in Chicago when that one comes out. And then August 14th, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. And then they're going to end the summer, August 28th, with Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny from 2023. So I'm pretty stoked. I love Indiana Jones. This is like my Star Wars. Like, I liked Star Wars when we were kids, but I'd watch Indiana Jones over Star Wars even now. Like, any day. But I like Star Wars. I like George Lucas's writing in the 80s. So it was, I'm really stoked to talk about Raiders. I talked to Chris about that. We'll probably talk about this on the show. But I was like, I got this huge book. I was like, you should read through it, flip through it. And he came over to pick it up. He's like, this is like 400 pages. I was like, I told you. You were like, I thought it was just about Raiders. I was like, no, it's about all 4. I think it's the first 4. Yeah. So I don't have anything other than the special features about Dial of Destiny. Have you seen Dial of Destiny yet?
I saw it, Paul's, and was half paying attention.
Genius. Why were you guys like, let's watch Dial of Destiny?
It was New Year's Eve. He put it on. We were watching it.
You rang in the new year with that one? But yeah, so again, I'm pretty excited. We have our plan for the rest of the year. I will keep our fall and holiday schedule under wraps until we get to Dial of Destiny. We'll discuss
but
what we're going
to. But I couldn't tell you anything it was about.
Really? I actually think, you know what I think is really cool storyline was the video game, The Great Circle, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Did you guys get that? You or Bubba? For
I think I got it for free or something.
It was probably on Game Pass or something for a while.
I played it
but that was a cool storyline. Noah's Ark shows up and stuff at the end. The Nazis get Noah's Ark. It was crazy. It was like, I was like, man, it had a cool Raiders vibe. And maybe it's because of the Old Testament stuff, but whatever. It was cool. Good story. But yeah, so I can't disguise the Raiders rating. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of green lights coming up from me.
I don't know about that.
You give Raiders a red light?
No, I'm just saying, like,
like
we don't know what you're going to say.
Like, get out of here, Chris. You can leave. You know what? You can leave. So I'm gonna be out of town.
Stop trying to play it up.
I'm gonna be out of town the next week. So if Chris and we're gonna get to work on the Indiana Jones stuff in June, just because
we already started working.
We have. We actually started. We have started a lot of work. And those will probably be bigger shows to put together and edit and get set up to release. So I'm giving myself some buffer room, some grace. So, but once again, July 3rd, we'll be back with Raiders of the Lost Ark. And then every 2 weeks through the summer, we're going to hit another Indiana Jones movie. and go all. I think that's Labor Day, the 28th, Labor Day weekend. Maybe it's the following weekend this year. I don't know. Yeah, it's the following. The weekend before Labor Day, we'll finish it up. So, and maybe if me and Chris get crazy, we'll throw it over the top. Over the top. No.
Over the top.
But, yeah, so cool. Looking forward to that. Thanks for joining us for all the He-Man Masters of the Universe talk. Let us know what you think about the new one, and let us know what you think about the 87 one as well again. But definitely curious your thoughts about the new movie if you go out and see it. And don't wait for streaming, man. Go check it out in the theater. It did sound good, so it was a nice big sound in the theater. So that was kind of cool. It's always depressing when it's all quiet and the sound system's not really cranking. So it was good. So all right. So join us this summer for Indiana Jones as we travel through there. Don't watch Dial of Destiny until we get closer to it. So then you're.
Well, I've already watched the first 3.
Have you really? Okay. Well, just get your initial thoughts of the last 2. I'll probably be. We'll see. Well, we'll leave it for the show. Join us if they hear what we have to say.
Bub was like barely watching the first 3 with me, and then the next night, are you gonna watch? What's the 4th one called?
Kingdom.
Crystal Are you gonna watch the Crystal Skull? I was like, you haven't even been barely watching those, and now you want me to watch that one?
Does he like Indy?
I mean, when he was little, but he just doesn't like movies very much.
We called it the booby trap movie. It was funny. I mean, the girls. I'd always show them the first scene in the temple and stuff, and the idol temple.
We went to Disney World, and they had the thing with the big ball, and he wanted to see it.
I still got all those toys you bought me up there in Disneyland. The one I opened, you see the Temple of Doom one in the top far left up there? I was like, you know what? I'm going to open this one. I'm like, they make so many at Disney World. It'd be worth money, open or closed, when I die. So if the kids want to sell it, get rid of it, or give it to Chris. I'll be dead before I'm 60, remember? Like Prince. So, but all right. So again, we are going to wrap this show up. If you notice, we got new credits rolling for the show. So I'm going to let all the closing credits tell you where to find us and where to contact us. And again, send us an email or whatever. Hit us up on social media for your thoughts on the movies we cover and maybe some movies you want to hear us do. We have our year figured out, but we're always curious to hear what you guys would like to hear us discuss. So until next time, this is a podcast and a movie. And I'm Nick.
I'm Chris.
Good journey.
Good journey.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to join us for each installment of the Masters of the Universe series. If you enjoyed the show, please leave a 5-star review wherever you listen to your podcasts. It really helps the show grow. And thank you. A Podcast and a Movie is property of Slayton Digital Productions. This show may not be copied or used without written permission from Slayton Digital Productions. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe is copyrighted and trademarked by its respective owners. The content used in this show is for review purposes only. Please support the creators of the films discussed. Connect with us online at apodcastandamovie.com. You can find us on Facebook, X, Instagram. You can also email us at apodcastandamovie@gmail.com. Once again, visit us at apodcastandamovie.com for more reviews of your favorite movies, including the Rocky films, the Superman films, Star Wars saga, and much more. And until next time, good journey. Thanks for listening.
This is a podcast and a movie.